know that feeling when you predicted this turn of events could lead to another tragedy, but it ends up heading to a direction where it doesn't hurt any less at all? When they brought up the wife's whereabouts, I had the ominous assumption that she might have fallen into depression and harmed herself as a result, because in her shoes now, being 8 months along and coping with her husband's passing, her mind is very much in an unstable state right now. Then the piano came, and from down the makeshift aisle, there she was in a wedding dress. I can't stress enough how amazing the insert song they gave us. Something about piano always being able to convey that devastation and sadness for scenes like this. The way the camera framed her face in this particular shot with her hair falling into her eyes, it almost seems that although her composure is there, you can see there is an underlying distant look on her face, like it hasn't really set in for her. And my god, that broke me way before she started screaming and crying at him. It's really heartbreaking to know that she kept forgiving him for his absence because she understands the good that he's doing for others, but also that she took for granted, or both of them took for granted, that they would always have more time for each other, and whatever grievance that she have against him could be set aside for the future, believing that he would always come back. This whole storyline is a great topic starter between societal duties and your own commitment with your loved ones. How do you go about deciding which one takes precedence over the other? Like, where do you draw the line? I wasn't sure at first how Lu Guang and Chen Xiaoshi could help this situation without interfering with the current outcome. Like, what can they say to her in order to aid her moving forward? Considering the consequences and the future, it would only break her more. Then I realized that they are giving her an answer on Chen Bing's behalf. They are basically having their wedding vows in two different points in time. Instead of allowing her to agonize over whether her feelings were one-sided, they gave her reassurance that her feelings were reciprocated. The conclusion was perfect, with the flower ring kept in the jar right at the end. Now, before I talk about the letter, there are certain tidbits I would like to chip in. In episode 2, we got a shot at Lu Guang's face at the prospect that their powers could somehow be stolen. The look on his face is very sus, to put it frankly. He knows something, or he's figured something out with this piece of information and is disquieted about the answer. I hope we really get to dive into his backstory this season and explore him as a character more. Like, why did he set those rules? What made him have this sense of maturity and responsibility at such an early age? Maybe how they met in the flashback back in season 1 wasn't a coincidence, and Lu Guang could have been actively seeking him out. Yes, I'm very aware that there were the in-between frames when Lu Guang was stabbed that looked like it could have been an alternate timeline, or it could just be him hallucinating those fears, who really knows. Can I say something about Si Wen's father-in-law? He can't be normal, because no freaking way can he just crush the handrest and deck the guy across the hallway at the condition he's in. He looked like the wind could blow him over. I don't know whether this was a scripting choice to exaggerate the scene, or something unnatural is definitely up with that old man. For Qiao Ling, I love that she is put in the spotlight more for this particular season. The role she has now as this older sister figure to both the boys, and the landlady attitude she has towards those bastards like this. Boy, am I glad to have her more involved in this season. Now, what we all have been waiting for, the letter. I'll just do a brief read through of the letter. It says, 不能没了好哥哥. 不 means no, and 能 adds a certain degree of demand or need. If you put both of them together, it can be translated as must not or cannot afford to. May in turn means without or lose or be gone. Le denotes that something has been achieved or indicates a past tense, but it could refer to the past and also the future at the same time. How 哥哥 can be interpreted in many different meanings. 哥哥 is directly translated into older brother, whereas 好 can mean good or dearest. Now, the problem here is that there isn't any possessive adjective, so there is a chance that she might not be referring to her own brother, because in Chinese culture, we do address slightly older people as brothers or sisters, even cousins. We do address them as brothers and sisters. So if I were to translate the whole sentence, it could be must not be without dearest big brother, or must not be without bracket something good big brother, which is as a form of polite address to Lu Guang, or in a way she can be warning Lu Guang to cannot be gone, or meaning not die, good big brother, or Lu Guang could be related to her as a cousin. Thankfully, I could list more sentences, but it would get too convoluted, but thankfully that's the gist of it. We can't really know like one meaning to another until future plot points. With this review of there being two possible red eyes, let's assume that the individual who possess Emma, Liu Ming and Qiao Ling are the same because of the crazed look on their faces and likely to be the brother. I wonder if the sister in particular was responsible for Chen Bing's death, or was it the brother, since the photo was given to this same hooded figure in episode 2? Or there could be the brother dressing the same, who knows. I guess that's about it. I do have my own speculations on what is happening, but I believe I should do another video because I would still need to look through all the posters pre-season 2, the opening and the ending, to have a better grasp. And I just realized that they did release an MV for the opening recently. I have to go and check that out. Let me know about your thoughts and theories below in the comment section. If you enjoy this video, like and subscribe. Click the bell icon below to get notified of more videos to come. If you'd like to buy me a cup of tea, support me on Patreon. Have a nice day. Until next time.